Hey everyone, Ariel here of aBlogtoWatch in Menlo Park in the heart of the Silicon Valley at Stephen Silver with President Jared Silver.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Jared. We're going to talk about Louis Erard today, but I'm really excited to talk about the first one. It's a limited edition version of the watch that I'm wearing, and it's for you guys, Stephen Silver. Two limited editions, your very first one. Talk about this awesome watch.
So before I can even get into the watch, it's all about the relationships with the brand. And when I think about a brand and the success, it's really about their product and their people. And Emmanuel has become a friend over the last couple of years, and we are the first retailer of Louis Erard in North America. In order to celebrate that, we took one of my favorite designers and we did a collaboration with him, with Louis Erard. So this is the Stephen Silver edition of the Alain Silberstein Louis Erard watches. And this will be a set of 2 watches.
Now, Alain Silberstein is a legend to watch enthusiasts, and Louis Erard has done such an amazing job under Emmanuel bringing him back. Talk about the importance of independent watchmakers like Alain Silberstein and why this is such an important design item to have in your store.
Sure. So what I really like about Louis Erard is that they do a lot of collaborations with interesting designers, artists, both within the watchmaking world and outside. So various designers and artists and musicians and other interested people. Alain Silberstein I've always been a fan of, ever since I was a child. So when we got together and we wanted to celebrate the landing of Louis Erard in North America with their first sort of stake in the ground, I said we should do a limited edition with Alain Silberstein, and Manuel was all about it.
Your collaboration with Louis Erard is one of many important collaborations they do. Talk about some of the personalities and maybe the craftsmen that go into some of these special limited edition or collaboration timepieces.
For us, we feel very honored to be the first store in North America that he's doing a collaboration with. The last ones that he's done with is both the Hourglass as well as Siddiqui. So for us to be included as the first one in North America is a real honor, especially doing it with Alain Silberstein, who's such a legend. Now, Louis Erard, what I enjoy about the brand of Louis Erard is that they also collaborate with lots of different manufacturers, both of parts and finishes in watches, as well as designers. So on the designer front, there's obviously Alain Silberstein, but there's also Vianney Halter, who I'm a huge fan of, and they did a limited edition which sold out, I think, immediately. And then if you look at this example, this is Messina. So this is his collaboration with Messina Lab, which he did a yellow gold frosted finish as well as a white gold frosted finish color. And what I like about all the different collaborations that he does is that he executes them at an extraordinarily high level, but it is a very accessible price point. All these watches range between probably $1,500 and $5,000. So it's in the category where it's not going to completely break the bank, but you can own a piece of very high-end finishing and collectability. Like, for example, this Grand Fou enamel dial. This is an incredible piece from one of Switzerland's top enamel finishers that finishes for brands that maybe would charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for a watch with this enamel dial included on it. And for example, this here is a fine stone finish. So this is a malachite dial on this regulator.
It's so great to hear your enthusiasm for Louis Erard. It's a complicated brand story, especially for people that are so new. They've done so much in a short period of time. What's your elevator pitch for Louis Erard when you're explaining it to people that come into the store?
When I think about Louis Erard, I think about a brand that highlights the creator. And because they're also very limited, there's a real sense of collectability about the brand. And it's at that price point where you don't overthink it either. So if you like it, you buy it. And what I enjoy about the brand is that they really do look for the right people to partner with. And it kind of reflects our philosophy at this store because we've been in business for 42 years, but we've only been in the watch business since 2014. And so we're a manufacturer. We manufacture our own gemstones and our own jewelry. So we see the world through the eyes of an operator and a creator, just like many of these watch brands do. So that's part of the reason why we primarily work with independent watch brands, is because we want to work with the entrepreneurs. We want to work with the people that are risking it and putting it on the line, as we are.
One of the traditional decorative techniques that both you and I like a lot is guilloche engraving. And there are 2 watches, both limited editions, of course, from Louis Erard, that feature this. You're wearing one, and I'm holding one right here. This watch, for example, features a guilloche machine-engraved dial. It's a machine which is operated by hand, a very traditional art form, difficult to find at this price point. Talk a little bit about guilloche and why you're so excited to share it with the clients at Stephen Silver.
Sure. This is guilloche man number 1. And I actually believe that this is the very last one available at retail anywhere in the world. So what I enjoy about this piece is, yes, it's a traditional art form that dates all the way back to the 18th century for fine finishing on watches. But this piece is with this extremely modern, geometric looking pattern on it is just extraordinarily charming. And then the one that I'm wearing is this also very geometric guilloche pattern. This is guilloche man number 2. It just sits well on the wrist. It's a great combo. Believe it or not, both people that bought this from me also bought this from me.
I believe that.
So yeah, I think when you're looking down into your watch box collection at home and you have these two side by side, it's just a really, it tells a story.
Well, what I love about watches like this is that when you talk about it, you have this amazing story. Traditional decoration has to be done in a very special place, but out in the world, it draws attention. So it's like a beacon for people to look and see what that is. And these do that so very well.
It's definitely a conversation starter at the cocktail party.
Speaking of conversations, going back to the limited edition version of the Louis Erard Alain Silberstein for Stephen Silver, talk about the design choices. There's a couple of interesting colors here. Explain a little bit about why you chose this and what people are seeing.
Alain Silberstein is a legend and works with many different watch brands, and his designs are extraordinarily playful and fun. And initially we thought about going with a blue dial, but I've always personally loved the black based Alain Silberstein designs. So when we had this conversation, he actually suggested, what if we were able to combo blue and black and do touches of red and white together? And so what's unique about these Alain Silberstein by Louis Erard by Stephen Silver edition is that they're both limited to 178 units. There's a uniquely designed dial specifically in collaboration with us and Alain for the US market, which highlights both this iridescent blue outer minute track, white, red, and black. And so this dial, we feel, really encapsulates what the American market is looking for. And most exciting for me is that this is the very first watch that will have the Stephen Silver logo on it.
It's a beautiful tone. It's a beautiful shade of blue and a beautiful finishing. I think you did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited. We feel very honored to be working with Louis Erard overall, and we thank Alain for his collaboration and letting us launch this piece for the North American market.
The regulator version and the week version, lovely stuff. I'm sure people are going to be so thrilled to see these. Thank you so much for listening to us talk about Louis Erard watches here at Stephen Silver. I've been speaking to President Jared Silver. Come on down to the Stephen Silver store here in Menlo Park or go to their website. Thank you so much.